Hello, and welcome to today's episode of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite daily podcast where we help you build a thriving business with me, Anna Angelova, a business coach and consultant, and my co host, Jores Minusfand. Hey, Jores, good morning.
Diana, good morning.
So, today we are talking about your why, the purpose of your company, the mission, and the values that you have. And especially when you are starting your business, this is something so important. I recently rewatched the TED talk from Simon Sinek when he talks about the power of why, like the why, the how, and the what. And I think it was really timely with the conversation we're having today. And where I want to start is like when you are starting your business, it's just you. It's just you, and usually you don't have a team. You don't have anyone else joining you, and ultimately, even with clients, like in the beginning, even clients are not that many when you are starting. And there is so much power in starting with a great purpose, with starting with a why that goes beyond making money. It goes beyond, yeah, of course, you start a business to make money. You start a business to be profitable, of course. Like this is uh, like for any business, unless it's some kind of a non-profit, like you are expecting some kind of profitability for you to have that business. But where the purpose comes, where it really helps, is even with your clients. It's even when you communicate something that actually touches people on a core level. Like it touches them on when it speaks to their identity, to who they are. Like you don't talk about just the product or the service you have. When you talk about what you believe, the change you want to make, why you are doing what you are doing, like people understand this at a core level. And as I said, customers will be coming to you. But then also, it really helps with people joining your team, people who might even be willing to join forces with you before you are making money. When you have a vision that is compelling, a vision that inspires action, there might be people who say, you know what, I have this. Skills or network or whatever it is, and I really want to work with you even before you're making any money, even before you're profitable, even without salary. So a lot of power in figuring out as you're starting your business the bigger purpose, the why beyond making money. And the other thing that comes with this, of course, is the core values. Like what core values help you achieve your purpose. And I know it's quite a bit, and I want to give you a chance, Joris, to chime in as well. I saw you nodding a little bit as I was sharing about uh, the power of purpose and the vision when you're starting your business, when you're building the team later on.
Yeah, it is very powerful. And the effect of it is also just as powerful, whether you have it or you don't have it. And it is, I've seen this in the teams that I lead, and compared to others, people look at the teams and say, wow, this is successful, and say, oh, let's copy this, oh, let's copy that. But then the actuality is 6 months later they realize that wasn't it, because again, not having a purpose, vision, mission, aimlessly doing things, your team will follow the same suit. Your team will do the same thing. But when you have a mission, and one of the other things that having a mission and a vision beyond the money and the dollars and filling up the zeros in your bank account does, it gives you the passion. Because besides the greed, what else drives us? Passion. And I'm often told that my conversations are so passionate, so energetic. People get energized just talking to me, even on Teams. Forget about in person. In person, they usually tell me to slow down so they can catch up, so they can hear me. But that's a different story. But That's what it all comes from. If you don't believe in what you're doing, you're literally just copying steps. Oh, this guy says if you do this, you can sell that. Okay, let me do that. And then, oh, I heard this guy did that and that worked. Let me mimic that. It's like you're aimless. And your same happens to your team, and the same happens to your customer. When they say you have to believe in what you're selling. And if you don't believe in it, your customers won't buy it because when it comes out in your conversation, it just becomes so mechanical. The moment you get on a call with a customer, your hand is in their pocket. They're like, "Oh yeah, I know this. I've heard this. I get this 200 times a day." But then that 200 first person that comes in and has passion and vision and talks about things the way that you're like, "Wow, uh, I'm almost getting goosebumps about this." And this is a piece of technology. It's like, but that's also, they say it's contagious. Your passion, it becomes contagious. You really become a lead, and you don't lead by telling people do this, do this, do that, and you are do this, do this, do that, and then let's get to tomorrow, see if you did that or you didn't do that, or no, you just move forward and people like follow you. People want to follow that vision and mission, and they become passionate about it, and for them it becomes not about the money. So it is very contagious and it's very important. It's a difference between a boss and a leader.
There's so much to unpack in what you were saying, and like you said, the passion, like just even through teams, like hearing it and feeling it through teams. Even you're right, and absolutely. As I mentioned, I just watched the TEDx talk from I don't know how many years ago. Simon Sinek did this TEDx talk talking about the why, starting with why. What you were saying, like copying others. This reminded me that like you can take the same action, like you can repeat the steps, the how, the what, but because the intention is different, because you don't have the why behind it, your result will be different. And ultimately, it turns into a commodity. Like, you can, when you copy someone, when you say, oh, let me do the same thing, like create the same product or service and do it the same way they're doing it, but you don't have their why, you don't have their purpose. Like you turn just into another Me Too brand. You just turn into a commodity and something that, oh, whether I buy from you or someone else, it doesn't matter. You're all the same kind of thing. And when you have that, the beauty actually is that when you are starting your business is in a way a reflection of you. And you, as the founder, you are the one who determines that mission. You're the one who determines the why. You're the one who determines the core values. And one key thing is that this needs to be something that, Joris, like you said, inspires you. Like if you believe in this, people know it. We feel this at an energetic level. We feel it subconsciously. We catch it subconsciously. And when you don't believe in this, again, we notice it. Like subconsciously, we register these small cues, these non-verbal cues. Even if you are saying how amazing things are and the results you achieve, if you don't believe in this, we notice it. Like we catch this. And one thing, as I was saying, is that when you think about your vision, your purpose, the why behind your business, and those core values, I would say 3 to 5, 6 at most core values, like half a dozen. You need to be the one that is the most. Like I've given example. Like one of our core values is kindness, and it is kindness because in a way, kindness is who I am. And it really started from me. Another core value we have is responsibility. And this is a topic that I can talk about. It pisses me off when I think about victim mentality and blame culture and people not taking responsibility, because I truly, truly believe that we are responsible, like able to respond, and
Mhm.
100% responsibility is what gives us the power to create the life we want. and we can
Mhm.
all do this. And I'm just picturing the world, what a world we would live in, where everyone takes 100% responsibility for how they show up, for the way they act, and the way they react. Like
But
it
that is
would.
hard. That is difficult. It takes courage. It takes energy. You stand in a boardroom in front of 15 people and say, "This was my screw up. I will fix it at any cost. Let's not talk about this. Let's move on." That 5 second sentence takes a world out of you because you have to take. So being a victim is easy, lazy. And most people, that's what they want. They want this to be like, oh no, no, I point a finger. That's not me. That's not my job responsibility. Character strength is what is needed for to be able to take sometimes even take a responsibility for other people's mistake to enable them to help them.
Oh,
So
especially as a leader, yes, especially as a leader, some of these things are your
mm,
responsibility, absolutely.
yeah,
And this is, again, this is one of our core values and something that we both exemplify. And this is really important as you choose the core values, as you choose the why for your company, you need to exemplify this, really believe in what you're doing and how you're doing all these kind of things, why you're doing it. So this is an exciting time actually, and every time, like personally, even for me, every time I think about why we are doing what we do, like I feel energized. I feel like let's go, the world needs this. Like just imagining a world full of prosperity and harmony and fulfillment. Like I want to be part of this world. I want to contribute to creating this world. And that's why we're doing this. That's why we're showing up every day, helping business owners create successful businesses, because this is how like our impact spreads. And being able to work with leaders, with people who create something from zero even, and hire other people and build other leaders. It's so fulfilling and so amazing. And as you're starting your business, really think about, when I'm saying think about, uh, yes, think about it logically, but also get in touch with your inner sense, with your feelings, with your uh, intuition. What are they telling you? Listen to your heart, listen to your intuition. What are they telling you? Why do you want this business? What's behind it? What kind of change do you want to make? And like Steve Jobs was saying something about like denting the universe. How do you want to dent the universe? How do you want to change it? And again, like we were chatting the other day that starting a business, some people think, oh, it's too risky. But when you think about it, starting a business and is sometimes actually less risky, because you take full responsibility for your prosperity, for your abundance, and you get to create such an impact, to make a difference, to create something out of nothing. And again, it can be so fulfilling. And if you are in the beginning stages of your business, really think about the why, the vision, the values. And if you already have a business, maybe this episode is a nudge from the universe for you to get back to those roots, to really think about, why did you start this business? What change do you want to see in the world? What are the values that you have?
yeah, revenues go up and down, money goes up and down. What is a constant uh, fuel for your for you to get up every morning and put that 20 hours a day or 100 hours a week is the passion, and this exactly what you said. I'm making a difference. The money will come. Let's not focus on the money. You open your heart, you open your fist, you open yourself to the universe, money will come. It's all about like not doing what again we always talk about doing versus accomplishing. Accomplish something. Don't just do something. Don't just get up and go to work and come back. You get paid minimum wage for that. when you start accomplishing things, when you work towards goals, when you become passionate about things, good things will happen, and people will follow you. A
Yeah.
lot of people won't even understand you, but that's a different story.
That's true. That's true, and it's so true that people will follow. You find your people, you find your team, you find the people who really believe in what you believe, and your customers, and this is how you build an amazing culture as well. Like the vision, the mission, the purpose, the values. This is what is at the core of successful businesses, including building a culture that you love being part of, and the right people will love being part of. And I always remember the examples in Built to Last, I think, Jim Collins, where he was talking about core values and how they remain core and everything else changes. And one example he was giving about the different cultures was at Nordstrom, and how there are people who love working there. They love the competitive environment, and they love the culture. And then someone's best friend. So imagine like you love it, you tell your best friend comes to work there, and your best friend hates it and quits
Miserable.
in the first 30 days. And that's
Hmm.
okay.
Well, of course.
That's
Of course,
completely
because it's about
okay.
value. Yeah.
Not everyone belongs with your company. Not everyone is your
Has the same
customer, and
values.
that's okay. And this
Yeah.
is where like the values, the why, the purpose, the vision, this is where they are in a way like a beacon, calling the right people who will join your team, the right people who will become your customers and clients, and repelling the rest. And that's perfectly okay.
Mm. Yeah. Very well put. Thank you, Anna.
Oh, thank you. It was a wonderful conversation. And again, if you're just starting your business, take some time to hone in. It doesn't have to be perfect. It really needs to come from your heart, your intuition, really represent the change you want to make. And if you have an existing business, again, maybe this is a reminder for you to get back to your why, remind your team, because this is not something that stays on your wall and that's it. It needs to be exemplified by you as the leader, business owner, and also it needs to show in everything you do, in how you do things, and in everything you do. So go ahead, do this. And if you have not subscribed for the podcast yet, I highly recommend you subscribe. We will be back tomorrow with another very interesting episode. Oh, this time we'll be talking about operational bottlenecks. And you might be surprised to hear which one we've noticed with small and mid-sized businesses, like which is the biggest operational bottleneck. You might have a suspicion, but tomorrow we'll confirm. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the podcast, and we'll be back tomorrow talking about operational bottlenecks. Thanks, Jores.
Thanks, Anna. Bye bye.
Bye.